Hi, everyone. My name is Sagar Golla, and I run a company called Hostbuddy. And before that, we built branded apps for the restaurant industry, and we built it for franchises like 2,000 chains, and still there was not enough engagement. So, what brings me here, uh, like even though everybody built an app, but predominantly we are in the chat apps, whether it is a Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp, etc. So we want to reach out to the consumers where they are. And for example, when you are placing an order to a restaurant, it's more like a conversation rather than pushing a button. And also, like Vinayak mentioned, there is a lot of emotion involved. For example, when I go out with my daughter, she to an ice cream parlor, she would say, "I want a strawberry." So the shopkeeper will ask what kind of flavor, what kind of toppings, and that kind of stuff. So, what are the why is it? What is a chatbot? Chatbot is basically a computer program that interacts with the human beings and the customers. So, what are the? I will quickly rush through because we are short in time, and also interestingly, this example is about food and good segue to our lunch. So the key concepts are like intent. You wanted to place an order, and then the shopkeeper or the your drive-through system can prompt you an order. And again, in the ice cream parallel example, so there are like what are the flavors that forms under entities, and then what are the sizes, and what are the toppings. So the context is like in between the conversation, you don't want to lose the context. For example, I want a strawberry. And then the next question would be, what kind of what size, what toppings? So, and you don't want to lose that, and then you want to fulfill it. And another problem is consumers. For example, I'm on Facebook Messenger and Alexa, and somebody back in India, they are on Google Voice. So, and also sometimes we will make a reservation on OpenTable or maybe on Hostbuddy if you are familiar with Hostbuddy, but you are driving and you don't have time to pull up an app to go to an OpenTable and update, I'm going to be late. You would talk to Hostbuddy through Alexa or Google Voice that you're going to be late. And that will be a very valuable information for the restaurant, so that for them the time is the money. So the conversation is going to be the new UI, and how are you going to build the grammar, and how are you going to make it easy so that you can deploy across like maybe there are 8 million small businesses. And so, and I'm going to show you some of the tools so that all our esteemed speakers talked about decades of expertise and the research that evolved, and how can I use them using API or just a tool with a UI. For example, I'm going to run through this dialog flow. So this is not only a boot camp, and this is also a conference about entrepreneurs. We want to solve a problem today. We want to solve a big problem. We want to get paid, and then we want to launch. So how about I show you a tool where you can quickly build a chatbot, a prototype today, and raise the money in the conference and launch it next week. So in the ice cream parallel example, so when I go with the daughter, they want the entities or size and flavors. For the time's sake, I'm going to get rid of the toppings and different types of cones and everything. So in the conversation we are having. So when you go to this ice cream parlor, so let me bring up the. So I have a sample ice cream parlor called Big Scoop. So there will be a default welcome intent. It's called dialogflow.com. It's a Google product, and you don't have to give any credit card or anything. I'm sure everybody has a Google account. You can use a Google account and then sign in, and then you come right back to here. And then here, so you can create an agent. I'm going to say it's a Big Scoop 2, and then you create, and you can leave everything else empty for now. Already exists. Okay, maybe I can try Big Scoop 99. So this is your own workspace. They're not. So it's gonna get things ready for you, and it has its own ML built into the tool, NLP. All you're doing is you are building your business logic or the conversation grammar. So there is a greeting. For example, you're going through a drive-through. Hey, what can I get for you? So in the same way, when you start either Hostbuddy or your own bot, so there are this context. So the output context is you're prompting an order. There is no input context here. The event happened, somebody showed up, and then you would say a prompt order. So here you basically see the lifespan of this context. So you can change it to whatever you want. So you could make it to 0, or you can make it to more longer. For example, if you have more stuff. And in the response, probably you want to greet them. Hey, welcome to Big Scoop 99. What can I get for you today? So it basically takes, it will pick any of them in the random order. If you want to have one response, or you can have multiple. So for this example, I'm just going to keep one. And you also want to give the training phrases. For example, I could say hi, hello, howdy. And then you do a save, intent saved, and then it will start training. Do you see the gear here? So that means it is running whatever the training phrases you gave. And there are more things like actionable parameters and stuff. And then this one on the rightmost is you can try the conversation right away. You can say hi. Here you go. It's your custom response. Hey, welcome to Big Scoop 99. What can I get for you today? And so that is your first greeting. And then next you want a collect order, right? So that is another intent. So you go to the intents here, and you want to create a new intent. And the new intent would be name. So it's a get an order, right? And then the context. So you can add a context here. So input context. So you already prompted an order. So you can say prompt order is done. You already prompted. And then you can kill this. And then here maybe after getting an order, so you want to prompt for payment. So the training phases, and before we do that, so we need to define what are the entities in our domain. So the entities in our domain are the flavors, strawberry, mango, chocolate, whatever it is, right? So you go here, no entity is defined. So entity name is flavor. And then what are the different flavors? And you can say strawberry. And maybe the kids will say, I want a pink because strawberry looks pink. So you can define synonym and chocolate. So you get an idea. Chocolate, if I can spell that correct. Yeah, maybe cocoa, whatnot. And mango, so you define your entities here, and then you will also define your sizes, large, small, medium. So you save it. As usual, the agent, you go back to your get order, and then you add the training phrases. I want, here, user might say, I want big pink, right? So even the name says strawberry, they can also use synonyms. Okay. You have a question?
Yeah, so for strawberry, let's say you use the synonym pink, right?
Yes.
But let's say something like yellow or orange could be for mango or some other flavor. So how do you take into account that kind of a complication which a human can solve?
It's about, the pink is very common. People can recognize. So there is a lot of history behind it, right? So nobody is going to say, I want yellow for mango. So, but you can train the phrases. So if you go back to this intent here,
training always manual? You just insert synonyms?
no, it will learn too, and you can go back to the training, how it resolved, and if it is not doing it correctly, you can correct it. So there is this training tab here, so it will show you all the conversations happen. So here, hey, this is a prompt order, is correct. There is not much here, but once we have more things happen here, you will see, for example, I want a mango. It will resolve it to that entity. So you will see that in your training. So you can pick mango is for a flavor, and then you pick up these the data, and then you use a cloud function or AWS, and then you build your order ahead, right? So we still wait in lines to make an order. So instead of I can do it from my Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp, so it will save time, and also everybody wins. So what this tool is, when we started like 2 years ago, it was horrible. We did our own NLP, and now we have some standard tools, and they're not perfect. They help you get you going. And also, we started with the Facebook Messenger. Now this is a big company, and they also have enterprise license for it. So they support Google Voice and Amazon Alexa and everything. So I don't have to be expert in all these things. They have something called integrations, so you can take advantage of these different channels, and you can build more engaging experiences. And so let me talk about a little bit more on the parameters in the get order. So we need to add a training phrase. I want a jumbo pink, right? Or it could be simple. I would like to have medium strawberry. So in the entities, we fill the, okay, I need to save this first. And the entities, we only added flavor, but let's add size also. So the new size name, and then you have medium and small and little. It could be tiny, whatever you want to allow in your space. Medium could be 2 scoops, right? So it just gives you a framework to play around. And then the large, jumbo, big, all that stuff. So this is the grammar for your conversation. You can use a regular, or you could use like more slang like kids or other people use in your location. And then go back to your intent. So get order. So it already recognized there are 2 entities, flavor, and then in this I want jumbo. So it already saw pink is a flavor. So you can make, this is required, at least you need to know the flavor, and then you need to know the size, probably some people. And also, if they haven't given you a size, you can also ask them to prompt what size you prefer. We offer small, medium, large. So in the conversation, if you haven't given that, just like the example I quoted about my daughter, so it can ask, hey, pink is fine, what kind of size you want? So this is how you build a conversation. And then in the integration, I don't think I'll be able to show you Facebook integration because you need to know the API and the Facebook. So we can do a simple web demo, and then you can click on it. You enable it. So you click on this link, and it gives you a chart bot or chart box, and you can post it on our website or wherever you want, and then you can say hi, so welcome to this thing. And the same thing, you can give the order, I would like a mango, so I would like a mango, or okay, I would like a mango. So maybe we haven't did the everything completed, so we can go back and debug. So what is missing, and if you want, I can show you. There are tons of examples. You can talk to me, or this is that I built in the morning. So so as an entrepreneur, so you want to build something that works, and you want to get paid, and also if you want to, because it's a conference for entrepreneurs, I also want to touch on how big is this market? Am I really selling to just ice cream parlors, or No, this is like a very big business. People spend almost $1 trillion. And if you look at the app ecosystem, there is an app for making a table. For example, finding a table, open table. And then there is an app to order the food. There is an app like for 5 stars to loyalties. In the conversation, everything goes away. For example, before the apps, there is only one single phone number. You call the same number to order or make a reservation. So there is a huge opportunity to disrupt all these big franchises, multi-billion-dollar franchises. For example, Grubhub. So their business model, they will let you order the food through the app. Maybe there could be a chatbot to order the food, or everything together within the chatbot. You can switch from getting a table to ordering a food or finding your points, and maybe the bot will figure out what is the best restaurant for you based on your loyalty points that you accumulated. So, yeah, it is like a problem that is convenient. The consumer comes because he's already there in their WhatsApp or Facebook Messenger. He can quickly interact, and the business is actually collecting the data so that next time when you're driving and your kids are hungry, you can order the pizza over Google Voice or Amazon Alexa so that you don't have to go through the drive-through. So it's a big opportunity for the entrepreneurs to disrupt and build big businesses. Thank you.